6:01, I'm going to call the meeting to order. Roll call. Sage Alexander will be here later, and I will say when he's here.
Okay.
Pamela Batchelor.
Hello.
Iris Baxter.
Yep.
Iris Hannon.
Yes.
Not quite yet. Yes. No.
Yep. Yes.
Susan Horowitz. Susan Jaggers.
Here.
Michelle Jones. Danielle Cavany.
Here.
Eve Lacey.
Here.
Jennifer Miller is excused.
Here.
Oh, it's not excused, it's on the thing. Hi Jennifer, I knew you were there.
Yes, hi darlings.
Hey Sage, there's an agenda over there and goodies too.
And Sage Alexander's down here.
Yep.
Melanie Neske.
Here.
Betty Penman. Jenny Rabolino. Here. Me, Cindy Tiger. Scott Tillian. Here. Excellent. We're all here.
Okay, so I'm here.
Hi, guys. Okay, public invited to be heard? No. Corrections to the October 17th minutes. Does anybody have corrections? Okay, I need a motion to approve the minutes as is. Eve? And a second?
Second, I second it.
All in favor? And I have to abstain because I wasn't here.
Oh, I have to too, because I wasn't here.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
Two
okay.
abstentions.
One more time.
Take it back. I take it back.
Everyone who was here and would like to yay to approve the minutes.
Okay. What'd you get? What number did you get?
11.
And two abstentions? Or three?
Three.
Three. Okay.
And just a point of clarification on this one, you can vote for meeting minutes even if you weren't there, although it tends to be not best practice, right? Because how would you be able to confirm something that you weren't there? We could, because we're so large, get into a sticky wicket sometimes if we have too many abstentions, and then we can miss quorum. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Right, what I'm talking about? So, but yes, as best practice in board meetings, if you weren't in the meeting, you should abstain from.
Do we have any additions or corrections to tonight's agenda?
Not.
Did you say no?
Nope.
Council comments. Susie will be here later, so we're gonna table this one until she gets here, okay? Program assistant. Thank you, Laura Mann.
Thank you, Laura Man.
Laura Man, yay!
For professional artist business full time. Ooh, you're so great. You were, in her time with AIPP, she was instrumental in increasing our social media following,
Yes.
our new website, and updating and organizing the collection files, which so needed. Thank you. You also marketed shock art to garner more attention and more submissions. And shock art training videos that you made are gonna help us for years. Thank you so much. Another big round of applause. Okay, so now we're at the meeting location discussion.
Laura and I even made you, because we were over there today for other business, because some people don't know where we're talking about when we're talking about where the meeting could go. We made you a video. Okay, so hold on. I'm gonna have to pause and then I'm gonna share my screen so everyone
can see. Zoom people, you might not be able to hear too well, so Angela can share the video later if you need an actual voice of me being awkward.
Okay, so we're proposing to move Jennifer.
You gotta unmute.
What?
Were you gonna say something?
I can sing.
Oh.
Okay, so we're proposing to move to the city council city council study room. It is on the main floor, the city council chambers floor, and of the civic center, and this is on the east side. The reason that we are proposing this, of course, as you've discussed previously, the museum will be going under construction spring of next year, and if I am going to secure this space, I need to know. Because it's in another building, I have to work with other people, and just sooner would be better. Sooner to make a decision just makes life easier. So, to pitch this the right way, and there are other options, I should say there are other options, but I personally think this is the best option. So, take it away, Laura. Except you can't hear it.
Anyway, so I'm talking.
Here, you can get into it. Just go into the governance because I don't have any audio, right?
Oh yeah, so
Sorry, y'all. Hold on. Hold that thought. Go into the 2020.
I was gonna say I can just
talk through it.
Yeah.
Oh, but it's funnier. The other way is funnier. Oh well, that's okay. All right. Okay, so here we are.
Okay, so we're basically on Emory, and then I'm facing Third. It's basically Third is to your right.
That's the parking lot that you can park in right across the street of Emory. There it is, and there's parking all along.
Yeah, so there's a lot of street parking. There's parking in that church parking lot. There is some parking underneath the library, but I think it'll be ample parking, especially at that time of night. You're gonna see that sign, the Civic Center sign, and then there's a walkway that basically heads directly to the door that you want to go through.
The library is
The
behind.
library is
To the
on my
right.
right.
Yeah, north. And so we're saying
So this corner right here is where the actual meeting room is.
there it is. And there's windows, so if you were late, that's where we'll see your feet. And you could just knock on the window and say, I'm here. Because at this time, the door is accessible with a key card.
You're also gonna see that city council chamber sign as you're walking to the door.
Right. So someone before the meeting will be here to make sure that door is open and let people in. Right now she's having to use her key card. And
But
then
yeah,
there's-
you go left, and then underneath, like there's the stairway, but you go around.
So there's chambers. Just keep going left. This is where our comments about their fancy
It's like the
vending
weirdest
machine
vending machine
snack,
I've ever seen.
very fancy snacks,
It's got a really good
selection of power drinks.
Stuff to keep you awake during the
Yes. Wait, what? Ooh.
It's a really nice room.
It's all set up, no stacking chairs, big screen, nice and bright, more chairs for the people, and the snacks are terrible. Yay! So this is where we're proposing.
Has a screen already.
It does. We could stay here for the first couple of months and switch halfway through. It's true. It's my preference that if we just get moving in the right direction. The other option too, of course, is we could switch just to online. See? Chambers is looking pretty good, huh? So that's my pitch.
We have to vote.
Yes, because we need to publish it.
Yeah.
Where our meeting location is and the time and the date, which you've already determined we're sticking with the third Thursday and we're sticking with their same time. So that's done. it's just for 2025 what that needs to.
So we could have the next meeting in January there, so we can see how we like it.
Sure.
It's getting December.
Oh, I should have put those.
Second, no,
Go ahead of
Jan-
time.
well, we have
Oh,
to
it's
decide
second.
later if
It's
we're gonna
next.
table
I-
December
bad
one, but
The next
Let's
meeting,
start
whatever
with
the next meeting.
whatever
is.
the next meeting is. Okay, what do people think about that?
I think January is fine.
Do you think having the meeting there or moving, starting in January and staying there? Or should we have a meeting there and then while we're there, vote whether we want to keep going there?
Oh, I see what you're saying. I think that would be fair, more fair.
So maybe we should decide if we're gonna cancel the December meeting.
Then,
I know I
what,
did
is
this.
there discussion? Does anybody have feelings about this?
I mean, it looks okay to me.
Yeah.
I mean, it's got light, it's got windows. I'm very into windows, so, you know, that's good.
It looks like it's easy to get to and easy to park.
Yeah, I go to the library at least 5 times a week, and so I just want, I know where the parking is.
I'm gonna have to drive farther, but, you know, I'll suck it up. I'm like right over here.
You're a brave man.
You might have to fight with the train every now and
There is a train app.
Oh,
Really?
It's very cool.
It's a very simple job.
I think we just make a decision to go there tonight.
I'm sorry, but I can't
January.
hear you.
I think we make a decision to go there tonight and start in January and just be done.
And just stay there for
Just
a year,
be done.
or until the museum is back in business.
Yeah. But, you know, presumably book it for the whole year and then worst case scenario, she cancels it. But other people are going to realize that this meeting space is not available, and so it'd be nice to just know that that is where we're going to be.
If we ever have public participation and someone does start coming or people do want to come start coming, it would be very confusing for them if we were moving all over the place. So
Right.
we need to either have one big move in the spring or start fresh.
So we want to move all the 2025 meetings to the study session room.
Yes.
I move that we do that.
Each moves that we move
Move.
all the 2025 meetings to the study session room.
And we have a second.
Is there a second? Teresa? Ayes? Does that count 15? Is that
Yep.
right?
Yeah, that's, we got everybody.
So,
20 days?
No, that's everybody. 15 is everyone.
Remind us of the construction timeline for
Hoping to start mid-May, and be done by late summer, or maybe earlier.
Or maybe later.
Yeah.
Right, and as construction in my house is always gone. Yes.
Okay, thank you all. Item 9, the December 19th meeting. Historically, we've always voted to cancel the meeting in December because people are planning for the holidays or out of town or planning to go out of town, and it's just a burden to have people come to this.
It was fun to do the flowers last year, I really liked the
But
flowers.
we didn't do that on the 19th.
That's true, yeah,
Okay. So,
I love the flowers.
how do you feel about that? Do people want to skip next month?
Sure.
Okay, I need a motion.
Can I ask a question?
Okay, yeah.
Do anything else? Do we have things that we discussed in December? I mean, are there pending things that if we don't have a meeting are gonna?
We don't have anything that can't wait till January.
I could still send an update to, and an email, just
No, I don't wanna delay things, I just wondered if there was any.
at this,
item that-
yeah, at this time, there is nothing that has a decision that needs to be made. That would be
That
that.
has to be made before the end of the year.
Correct.
Okay,
Good
so
question.
if we think that we would like to cancel the December 9th meeting, we have to legally vote to cancel. So I need a motion to cancel the December meeting. Somebody, anybody?
I motion to cancel the December 19th meeting, 2024.
And Nettie seconds. And all in favor? Opposed?
I don't care, so I guess I don't know.
You can abstain.
I'm staying,
Abstain.
yeah, I don't care either way, yeah.
Okay, motion passes, thank you all very much.
I'm sorry, who's second?
Nettie.
Thank you.
Okay, and then
Awesome.
item 10, Clover Meadows. The
Oh,
Parks grand opening was successful. Oh, we lost the Zoom people.
Yes.
They still exist somewhere.
Are you waiting for me to say something?
Yes, I was hoping Jennifer could tell us about the grand opening.
Okay, it was very nice. There was a big crowd, all kinds of people. And, Angela and Laura and I were there, and the weather was cool, but not terrible. And, I can't remember who cut the ribbon but we saw our friends from the Parks Department, and they had a table, and we had a table that said, sculpture coming soon. And I thought it was just really festive. There were all kinds of refreshments, and they had apples, and they had hot cider, and it was just really fun and warm, and the kids were all playing on the bicycle thing and the playground, and it was quite the neighborhood event. So I think it was just really great, and I look forward to our time when we have our sculpture. The next step of it will be our sculpture. So we did have a sign saying public art coming soon or something like that.
Do we know when that is? Does the artist have any idea?
Yes, so he is in fabrication. It took, as you know, it's quite a while for him to get his structural engineering drawings.
Mm-hmm.
The scale is bigger than it originally was supposed to be, but not that much bigger, but enough bigger that the hole that the footer's gotta be in needs to be bigger. So, but that's done now. So the structural engineering is done. The footer needs to go in, obviously, before it can be installed, and I would anticipate very early in the year, maybe, if I say spring, what does that mean? That means like March 21st. I think it'll be before then. So here are some process images of his fabrication. You can see his welds nice and clean. He likes some clean welds. Pieces of the spoke. Here's the pedal this is not the decking that will be on it, but he put this decking on just to give us an idea.
I can't remember, is it gonna be a table or a bench?
It could be treated as both, really. I mean, and then it's got this like nice reflective pedal material. So you can see the big pedal itself and the cog piece on the end. And again, this decking is just for show, but it still will be kind of like that, but it'll be something not wood that will hold up far better. So yeah, it's coming
It
along.
looks great.
I really like this piece.
And so this obviously will all be filled in with that mesh, and then the mesh will be colored. So there's no color yet, but there will be. He's not a big social media guy, so and one of the reasons he was having trouble himself sending fabrication issues is he said he didn't want you to see his dirty shop. And I was like, I don't think that anybody cares that your angle grinders are on the ground and you have tools. Like,
It looks pretty cool.
right? So you can tell that he kind of like staged, right? Like, this is very much heavy bench. So yeah, he's excited. Yeah, this is very clearly like
I'm sorry, it's all the way on the other side of town.
yeah, it's great. It's really great. Cool.
Okay, so in the first quarter of 2025.
Absolutely.
Okay. The concrete pour, and then it cures, and then he puts it up.
As soon as it's finished fabricating.
Okay, cool. Fox Meadows.
Speaking of concrete, Monday, and at present, the weather's looking nice and good. Hobby is pouring concrete. Well, actually, Parks is pouring concrete for Hobby. Okay, hopefully you can see that, Jennifer. You see sculpture foot?
Yes.
Okay. So, where we had originally discussed, and I will show a different image, I'll bounce back and forth so you get it, was like kind of this curve on the east side of the park, and we had talked about it kind of nesting there. Well, that's a sewer line, so yeah, I'm gonna go next to the sewer line. So it's gonna be, this is about 7 feet, and then these yellow flags are trees. So Pavia and the project manager and I discussed kind of tucking it so the trees don't really like leaf out and drop on it, but still kind of in this area. So these tiny little yellow flags, that is irrigation. So the irrigation line, even though it's native seed, to get the native seed started, you have to water it. So the first couple of years in native seed gets watered fairly regularly, and then they turn it off unless there's summer where it's really, really hot. And then they feed those native seed plants, a little bit of water. So she was concerned with it getting hosed down, and Steve, the project manager Steve, assured us that's not going to happen. So this is looking from Deerwood, looking north and east. And so this is the lawn area. This is the path that kind of runs north-south. That's where all the dog walkers are going to be. There's a lot of dog walkers in this neighborhood. And then the sculpture is going to be right there in the orange. So this is like irrigation, that's sewer, that's sculpture, and that should be, that's about to scale. So it's a monumental, it's a large sculpture. This is from the site looking west. So when you are on this playground here, when you're coming around this curve, it's gonna be basically right in front of you, a little bit to the left over here. That makes sense?
It's gonna be facing this way.
It's gonna be, well, we're not going to pre-drill the hardware, so when it gets to the site, the footer is square, and it's at grade, also slightly angled so water will run off, right? The plate that the rock is on is also square, but that doesn't mean that the plate and the footer have to have parallel lines. If the sculpture looks better, and it comes in 2 parts. Rock is 1 piece, elk is piece 2. So when we're on site, if it looks better, like say it's bugling elk and it's bugling to the north, but it would look better if it were shifted a little bit, there will be enough room to just turn the plate a little bit. And because it's in native grasses, eventually the native grasses will grow up enough that you won't see the hardware and the fact that the plate isn't parallel to the footer. Does that make sense?
Yeah. Cool.
Yeah.
And what is she says, the concrete's gonna be poured Monday.
This Monday.
And when does she think that she's going to complete her fabrication?
Quarter 1. Same.
The first quarter of 2025?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
And just because I know there's no sound, but it's okay.
Yeah, she's been posting a ton of stuff on social media.
Yeah, she does. So I
And
mean,
it's like insane what she's doing.
you can't really see that. But that's the plate. The plate probably weighs 200 pounds. I could do the math, but so here she is figuring out exactly where the concrete anchor holes are gonna be. That's her welding the structure that will be underneath the rock, so it's tubular steel. That's her dog. Yeah, I think welding is clearly her joy, right? So, Yeah, but so she's been posting quite a bit and is making amazing progress. Haven't seen any of the I'm gonna say mache work, the application to the stone, but yeah, she's making great progress.
Is this, just some of this kind of stuff, can we have some of it to post like on the AIP sites?
We have.
For people to be able to.
I've been resharing. I can't take her post and post it on ours. I put it on our stories.
But in the future, people wanted to see how was it made?
Yeah.
That would be
Yeah.
very
Yeah.
interesting.
Yeah, and we could absolutely ask her, could we have the raw video even?
We can also just download.
Well, we should ask, we should just stick that in the minutes to ask Fabia about some of those video assets. It would only be good for her to share that.
Yeah.
Yeah, so check it out. And you'll see more of it on ours.
Any questions, comments? Okay. Shop art. Laura.
Yeah, so I don't know if anybody's been around town, but we have 4 out of the 7 that have finished. Those 3 that we're waiting on, they are very close to being finished. They actually have to be done by the 30th as per their contract, but Angela's gonna probably scoot a little bit to get the graffiti sealing done of the ones that are already completed, just because with the weather, we have to time it correct with the warmth of the material to do the graffiti coating. So depending on what happens this weekend, which is supposed to be really nice, if those artists can finish, then we can get everything sealed. But so far, everything's been going really well. Everybody's been getting really good positive feedback and have been really happy to be a part of the program. So I think we chose some really, really cool ones this year.
Yeah, the jellyfish look great. Yeah, they really do. And the dogs are funny.
Yeah.
Okay. And the task force on that needs to move, and Laura says, oh, these are done, we need to go and look at it right away because we want to get it graffiti sealed.
Yeah, they have till, I'm just gonna tell you right now, they have till Monday. If they're not done on Monday, then I'm seeing what I've got. Because we have to seal them.
Yeah.
And Laura and I also discussed, artists are so interesting. And if you give them extra time, some artists just say, I don't have to start yet. And that actually doesn't benefit us. So we agree that last year we had Halloween, August 30th or October 31st as the deadline, and next year we will absolutely, that's it. So they have 3 months is ample time, and we don't want to sneak up on the weather and the cold. So,
Do you want to say,
what's that?
do you want to say you have to start by this date and finish by this date?
Yeah, that's in their contract. We gave them an extra month this year, and that just meant that some people, for whatever reason, just didn't start.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Any questions, comments? Excellent. Yeah, I think that did you say we have 3 left? Yeah. The B1.
These, abstract, which is Commissioner's Choice, and then the birds.
Okay.
Birds and the bees.
The birds and the bees and the plants. That's funny.
Okay, history under wraps.
All right,
Image
so
research is underway. People in the task force are turning in their choices. It was so fun to look through the
I know,
pictures. It really is fun. Remember, people, to keep track of your hours when you're looking at pictures so that Laura or whoever will have a record of it. So, yeah, I submitted my choices.
just for the rest, you know, we're talking about these traffic cabinets, and there's 4 faces, right? We've got large face 1, large face 2, small face 1, small face 2. But as you consider, these are silly. As you consider what of an image to choose, boogers. Sorry. Why is it doing that same one? Okay, fine. Do this one. There we go. It needs, you know, it's never the full image because it needs to be a crop of a landscape, and each of those panels needs to have something that independently and of its own accord is visually interesting. So the research is actually harder than it looks, right? Because there's a lot of really fun images, but that doesn't necessarily mean that it's conducive to this format. So good job, research team, because this is not easy. And we have to narrow it down to like a dozen. And there's thousands of images.
Yeah.
Cool.
And there should be something, some kind of visual interest on every panel.
And then to add to it, of course, we also have the tour page, wrong. The tour page, which has additional context. So from the QR code, or if you want to come this way, you can come from our web page and then go to discover a public tour, then it takes you to the tour page. So we're just gonna obviously add to this. So the research team not only will be choosing images, but I'm hoping I will convince some folks to also write some interpretive text. We also could lean on the curator of history as well. Cool.
So you want recommendations on boxes as well?
Yes. Yeah.
Like where?
And we can't do state highways, so 119 or 287.
Yeah. Not yet.
And they have the best locations.
Third Avenue's okay, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, this one's on 3rd. So, yeah, very cool. All right. So, coming soon to a traffic box near you. By
I
January,
have a question.
you'll see probably those final ones.
One of the pictures I chose is pretty light. It looks kind of faded. Can we make them darker?
Yes.
Okay.
It
I can
doesn't
do
mean it can be fixed all the way, like sometimes
Yeah, I Like the sheet didn't work.
we have to get the originals and scan them in super high resolution. So we're starting from scratch, basically.
Okay.
Excellent.
All right, next on the agenda. Any comments, questions? Okay. Next on the agenda is Longmont Lights, which is going to be Saturday, December 14th. It's the parade of the lit up floats that citizens can create. And we need people to judge because we agreed to judge them. And
Yep, so we need a task force. The more the merrier. It usually takes about 2 hours. You would need to arrive at the memorial building about 3 o'clock. Have some snacks for you there, and wear your mittens and your hat because it's chilly. This year, we are going to have technology, so like an iPad, and you will judge by a number, like if this one is the heritage culturally relevant, like 1 through 10, or whatever Sam decides it's gonna be, 1 is low, 5 is high, or something like that, and we'll put the scores in, and then we'll meet back together. It'll tally the scores for us and tell us who the winners are, and if it comes to a moment where there could be potentially a tie, then we'll have the discussion. it has to happen pretty quick, so some of the, people who have floats like wanna stand there and talk to you a lot, and you have to say, you know what, thank you very much, like keep moving on. The other thing that Sam agreed to do is because, of course, it's an evening lighted parade, and we are judging them at dusk. We are allowing each of the floats to bring with them a physical printed out picture of what it is lit up, but they have to bring it themselves, and they can hand it over to us, no digital, like on the phone, it looks like this, like they have to have it printed out and can hand it over, and then that can help us judge, but we need to make sure that it's equitable and fair opportunity for everyone. What we noticed from last year, and Jennifer, I know that you were there, I know that there's some other folks who have opinions about this, was like the people who do this often are the ones that are always there, they're always ready to go, they already have their music going, they kind of know the formula. And so we want to make sure that we're giving everybody the same opportunity. So at 3:30, they have to be ready to go, and they have to have their picture so we can judge them all fairly. So it's a lot of fun, and depending upon how many people we have, sometimes we divide and conquer. Sam is trying really hard to have all of the floats that are going to be judged, both large and small, all on Mountain, and so we won't have to turn the corner onto Bross, also because there's construction on Kimberg this year. So things are kind of switching up a little. Yeah, that's a lot of fun.
And there's wreaths.
Reads. This year, when the award is given, we will actually, as they come and enter into the parade, they will receive their award at that time, their certificate, their prize, and we'll have zip ties, and we'll help them zip tie the wreaths to their float, however, and then they'll enter the parade, kind of like the Rose Bowl, they award before the parade. So that's the, and the social media people will be there, so we'll get our pictures, and then they'll move on. It sounds good. There will be bumps. If it has to go perfectly, and then this is not great. But it is a lot of fun.
So who would like to help judge?
Not all at once.
I have a question.
Oh yeah.
I will. It's really, I just want to say,
Sorry.
it really, really is fun. And you get to feel like you're part of the parade, which is one of the traditions of Longmont. It's quite cold. So I have a lot of those little hand warmers that you can put down in your mittens, which I will bring. But if you have those, you want those. You definitely want those.
It'll be 60
Because
degrees.
it's real. Or maybe it'll be warm this year. Maybe it'll be warm.
And
But it is fun. And it's still true that all family and friends are welcome, right?
yes. Oh yeah. Absolutely. And we
You have to
do
sit
walk
down.
pretty fast. You gotta it's kind of a
Yeah.
fast walk situation.
Sage and Jennifer, anybody else?
Did you have a question, Sage?
Yeah, I was just wondering what day it was.
Saturday the 14th.
Michelle?
Yeah, I can do it.
Sweet. I'm sorry, I got Sage, I got Michelle, and I got Jennifer.
That's all I have. Let us know if more people want to do it.
Yep.
How many floats are there usually?
There are usually 8. I think there's close to 50.
Yeah,
She said that right now there's 40 floats registered. There's 18 of those 40 that we already have to judge. She imagines that there will be between 25 and 30 to judge in like 45 minutes. That's no joke. It's
I'll know closer to the date whether I can do it
Okay.
or not.
That's great.
It's kind of too far away now.
That's fine.
I'm not
I'll put you down as a question.
Yeah, put me in a question mark. I'm always a big question mark.
Okay. Sounds good. Anybody else? Good time. Sure there's hot cocoa.
I don't know what there is. They're doing it. Sweet. Thank you.
Okay. New business. Legacy by Harriet Lee. This is a piece in our collection that's at the Boulder County Courthouse, which is on, I think, 11th in May. Okay. And Angela has an
Iron
update.
work in front of the door. Right?
Yes.
Iron work
Yes.
in front of the door.
So, it's come to our attention that the piece has been painted, not by us.
Oh,
So this is the original
yes, correct.
powder coated steel
Mhm.
and there was some curb work done. So these stairs obviously weren't there before.
Yeah.
And so they have been repainted gray. So we are in talks with the county, because obviously it's our artwork, but it's their building. And I'm trying to get a hold of the artist. I don't have an update as of presently, trajectory of the conversation, but I just wanted you to know that we're aware of it and, yep, it's new business and we'll continue to address what the next steps are.
Much better blue.
It was the artist's choice for them.
Yeah, that's right.
And they did ask us if they could paint.
No, yeah,
Yeah.
really.
That's absolutely.
And that's boring.
And then the other piece of this that actually just came to light today, which I didn't even think about previously, the plaque actually wasn't on the building, it was here in the flagstone.
Mm-hmm.
So when the curb work was done, the plaque was removed.
Oh.
So I can't seem to
And
get
that was
this
one of
to
the right, that was one of the bronze plaques too.
brass. There it is, right there.
Yeah.
And now it's not.
Now it is not there. So anyway, just wanted to let you know that, because I know, Teresa, I think it's on your maintenance. Oh, and I should mention that. Thank you very much for completing your maintenance form, and by putting it into the Smartsheet application, I have a time stamp of the last time that our commission visited it, and this is just a perfect example of why doing our maintenance reports is so unbelievably important. There are responsibility to take care of and to maintain and make sure that they are in excellent shape. And if and when the Smartsheet does go away, we'll make sure that we have a replacement for it before it goes away. But even if you fill them out, paper and in hand, just hand them over to us and we'll take care of it. But those records are really important, so thank you. All right.
So I hope we're all working on our maintenance reports. The holiday get-together. Do we want to schedule a date to meet
Socially.
and have a socially and have a little party for the holiday?
I like our parties.
Yeah.
They're fun. Yeah. I'm, because of my social schedule, I'm available anytime. So because of my social schedule, I'm available anytime. So, yeah.
So we thought about maybe meeting at the food hall, and I myself would purchase like some appetizers to share, and then you all are welcome to partake in whatever kind of food you would like or drink or other, because they have a lot of space and it would be enough room where we wouldn't have to plan a meeting room, but there's lots of tables and chairs and things like that. So that was the idea of
And
where.
spousal units or partners of some kind or
Yeah.
device. And currently, we're kind of thinking sometime in January. for
Oh,
a holiday
after,
party, because
okay.
I don't know about you, but my December is almost completely full.
Right.
And I have no social calendar either.
Yeah, there you go.
What do you think about that?
Yes, good. I'm all for it.
We look at a date.
We did talk about it a little bit last month, of course. We tabled the final decision, but I would suggest we do it the first 2 weeks of January, because then we'll run into our meeting and then you know how it goes.
Yeah.
So I would suggest that we try to do it, let's hope we don't have a giant snowstorm, and that we have it the first couple of weeks of January.
Did y'all say a Friday before? Is that what we said last time? A Friday?
Sure, Friday. Is Friday a bad day for anyone? Raise your hand if like Fridays are terrible. Yeah. Okay. What about weekends? Weekends bad for anyone? Danielle, keep your hand up, just keep it up. Okay, okay. What about, if you prefer a weekday? Raise your hand if you prefer a weekday.
Talking about weeknight.
I don't.
Okay. 2 again.
Aaron frowns upon it. I'm getting flushed now, sorry. Weeknight. Is weeknight preferable for most people? Raise your hands. Weeknight is preferable. Okay.
I'm dead now.
Okay.
No, it doesn't matter.
Doesn't matter. Okay. So let's look weeknight. Maybe that. Probably not the first week of January because that's the New Year holiday, but that second week is the week of 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
Yeah.
Raise your hand if Mondays are the best day of the week for weeknight. Raise your hand if Tuesdays are the best night of the week.
They are open Mondays, so.
They are open Mondays, okay. What about Wednesdays?
That's me too.
All over the place. Thursdays?
So it's working for any day.
Yeah, I'm good for any day too.
Okay, I like Wednesday because I saw the most hands for Wednesday.
Okay, that sounds good.
I feel like the weekday too, just like aside from my own schedule, but a place like that, it's gonna be a lot busier on a Friday or a Saturday.
Yeah.
And like to get us all together, that could play into it, just throwing that out.
No, love that.
Oh, and that's not alcohol there, if that's a draw for anybody.
Right.
Who can't come on Wednesday?
Who cannot, yeah, good question, who cannot come?
So we're thinking Wednesday the 8th.
Yeah. That's good.
Anybody have a problem with that?
Okay, what about that Tuesday?
That's fine.
Tuesday
The
the 7th.
7th?
My friend Russell's birthday, sorry. I feel like I'm like you guys pick.
What about
Thursday the 9th?
Thursday the 9th? Raise your hand, Thursday the 9th? Woo! Huzzah!
We got a winner.
Thursday the 9th it is.
What time?
5:30.
5:30?
Does that give everybody who is a worker bee time to get to away from worker bee stuff and to party stuff? Sir, I will not be working on
Did you say 5:30? Did you say 5:30? Late
Yeah,
start.
what do you think? Yeah, late start. What about 5:30? That gives everybody who has worker bees.
And you don't have to be there promptly.
Yeah, we just drop by.
Don't leave me hanging all by myself for too long.
Oh.
Okay.
And the reason if tonight is any indication, because I had dinner over there, it's pretty quiet on Thursday night.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, it's huge.
Great. Okay, Thursday I will send a proper invitation.
Okay.
And it's gonna kind of, BYOB, but I'll buy some appetizers. A couple of appetizers.
Well, it's.
BYYOB. Okay. All right, hey, look at that. I will send an invitation and just make sure. Thursday, January 9th. Okay. Yeah, there we go. Excellent.
And you're invited.
I will be there. Yeah, as a regular person, not affiliated.
We're celebrating. Just 2024.
So we're at commissioner comments. Does anybody have any comments? Anybody want to bring anything up?
I do. I want to collect everyone's hours if they are willing to talk to me about their hours.
Oh, yeah.
Basically, just if you put any work in last month to AIPP outside of the meeting, just let me know if you have any hours this month, or last month, Cindy said that she spent a lot of time doing the photographs, so I inputted those before everyone came here, so, let's just go around the room. Danielle, let's start with you.
Nothing more besides the meetings.
That's okay.
I'm slap here.
Okay,
Nope.
Sarah.
This does not change.
So you just want for October?
Yeah.
Well, I did go look at the shop art and drove,
I forgot about that.
yeah, the shop art drove and took pictures. And actually got them loaded up.
Sweet, yeah, I can see that, yeah.
I was so proud of myself. Like, oh yeah, okay. So that was like an hour and a half, because, you know, I drove around and looked at them. So, it was quite fun.
I'm gonna put 2.
Okay.
We're up against teams, guys, we're up against teams.
They beat us every year.
Not here. Sage?
When was really one of the?
That was September, but I can take those.
Yeah.
It's like 2 hours.
Okay.
Yeah.
Perfect. And Jenny?
Probably about an hour.
Alright, Melanie?
I had from 2 inspections, like an hour.
Okay, so that's.
Is not the library or
Absolutely. That, and then also, I know that you're doing maintenance and the 101 faces, so.
Yeah, so I'd say 6. Yes.
Alright, perfect. Alright, Eve, anything?
Send me an email.
Okay, great. Betty?
I spent about 4 hours looking at photos.
Yeah, okay, right.
It is a rabbit hole, isn't it?
It is, it's fun, but it's like.
Oh shoot, where'd the time go? Susan Markowitz.
So 2 hours at the library, and then I help write up something that Angela asked me to do, around, so 3 hours.
Susan, don't forget our meeting.
When's our meeting?
You and Jennifer sat together.
So 4 hours maybe?
Oh, thanks, Jennifer. Okay, so
4 hours?
4 hours, yeah.
Okay, perfect.
Thanks, Jennifer.
We got Pamela down.
Sure.
Scott, how about you?
That's close to 8 with
Okay, yeah.
inspection and the photo.
Yeah.
photograph.
Awesome. Okay.
Do I win anything?
You win
Yes.
our sincere appreciation.
Cupcake on the way out.
There'll be a party later in the next year.
That's right.
January.
Jennifer, do you know off the top of your head? Jennifer, yeah.
I have my tally in the studio, I'll have to email it.
Okay, great. And then Iris, did you have any?
Yes, I had 3 hours in October for maintenance.
Awesome. Okay, perfect. All right, thank you. Thanks, everybody.
And speaking of the library, maybe Susan and Jennifer and Susan could talk about the altarpiece dedication, because I realize now that wasn't on the agenda. If you want, sure. No pressure.
It was, it was mostly AIPP, library, Eric, Angela, and the family. So, at first, I think we felt like, well, dang, you know, that's not right. But then Angela made a very pertinent comment, which was the most important part, which was very, very true. And the family was so emotional. I mean, it made all of us so emotional. I mean, they looked at it and just tears started flowing. And who was it, Angela, who brought the scrapbook?
Juan Luis Garcia's niece.
Niece, okay. So
And it was
mom
grandma's.
grandmas had they brought this scrapbook that had every single article about it, from beginning to end. And it was just heart-wrenching. I mean, the heart-wrenching tragedy. They adored the way it was done. They couldn't have been happier. And the best part was listening to the stories from the family about these two young men who had been friends since like childhood. And another tragic aspect of it was that there had been a cousin's wedding that day, and they'd all been there. This happened that evening. So it just became real intimate, and hopefully this little thing I wrote up for Angela, she wants to put out to all staff to go by and see it, will really draw people in, because it's so important, and it's so thoughtfully done. It's just so thoughtfully done.
It's a beautiful presentation.
Yes.
Yeah. It looks great on the wall. There's
Yeah.
plexiglass over it. It looks wonderful.
I like its placement in the library too. I like exactly where it's
The library is extremely happy, not to speak on the library's behalf, but John has expressed his thanks. The interpretation, I think, is just right, and it came from the original exhibition that the work was in. So the artist context isn't completely lost, but it certainly focuses on the historical event first, before really talking about the art itself. And then there's the QR code to the video of the artist talking about the creation of the work. So right now there's a write-up that's gonna go to all staff. It's with the family, and they're deciding if they want to comment or not. And I'm just letting it sit. Yeah, I'm not pushing. But when that's done.
At least city council.
It's hard to see in these
Make
pictures.
an effort to maybe go over together.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, it'll be certainly, John, in his comment, Eric made a nice comment, but inviting people to please go and see this work. And
It's hard to see in the pictures, but it's pretty 3D. The flowers are.
And the flowers are all made from prints of the newspapers that were about their death. So, yeah, it was, and the family was blown away, I would say, just so emotional over it all. But also tears of joy. It was not just the sorrow, but it was what an unbelievable remembrance and dedication to the event.
yeah, so stop on by and see it next time you're at the library. And as soon as I get the full comments back, that's going to all staff, obviously. We'll include you.
All right. Anything else? I need a motion to adjourn.
I motion to adjourn.
Any a second? Teresa? It is 6:59.
Woo!
All in favor? Unanimous.